Okay, welcome back. This is JDS. Today's going to be very soccer and AFL based video or football for any Europeans. So where should I start? I'm going to start with the AFL. So some teams are getting back into training. The Premier of my state, Western Australia, Mark McGowan, is saying that the West Coast Eagles and the Fremantle Dokers, the two AFL sides in WA, can resume training as usual on the 25th of May, which is a good it's a good start really to get back into the normal flow, because we're pretty much over. We've had one case in like 2-3 weeks now. We're pretty much over this where I'm from. Some teams over in the eastern states already training, which is weird because they're so much worse off than us in terms of coronavirus, and I don't get why they're training when it's clearly not. They're clearly not ready to. Their state is not ready to be in a position where the teams are training again. I don't know why they are. It makes no sense to me, but they are. I think they're just. People on the eastern states have something against us being above them in any way, even if it means threatening elderly people in their communities' lives. They're weird. I don't know what's wrong with them. I'm going to move on now to... Let's move on to Liverpool. So I saw an article of some guy saying if there's no promotion and relegation in the Premier League, then we should not win the title, which, assuming the season does not restart, I couldn't agree with them more. Much I hate to say it, I'm a Liverpool fan, I could not agree with them more. If the season does not restart from this point, and they're not willing to hold the current promotion spots from the Championship and relegation spots from the Premier League and do the swap, then we should not win the Premier League. That's just how it should. It just makes sense. There's no way that if we do play a few more games and they cancel it and we have got mathematical impossibility for anyone else to beat us, then we should win it. The moment we have mathematical impossibility, we should win it. We should be crowned the Premier League champions, whatever. But as long as we are not mathematically winners, as long as it's not possible for someone else to catch us by the end of the season, because there's 9 games left, we're 25 points up, there's 2 more games we need to win, and it's mathematically impossible for anyone else to catch us, or we verse Man City, which we could have done a month back when this is not really even first really properly hit England. It was getting there and they stopped before it got too bad. I guess it didn't affect the players too much, but yeah, I agree. I hate to say it, but I agree. We should not win it if there's no promotion or relegation, because it's just not fair to those clubs if we get the win and it's not mathematically impossible for someone else to beat us. I'm going to move on from this now because I just am. We're going to move on to Serie. Now, they're facing the season getting cancelled. There's teams, what do they say exactly? As always, there will be stuff in the description, links to what I'm looking at, so you guys can do your own research if you wish. And so you have to just take my word for what I'm saying. What I'm reading is what I'm telling you. You can come look at what I've read from and how I've got my opinion. So the title of this is a long one. The title of this is Serie faces being cancelled as the Italian government demands entire squads are quarantined for 2 weeks if just one player tests positive for coronavirus, which in my opinion it should be longer than 2 weeks if one person gets it, because it could be. I just think you need to be more safe than the minimum amount of time, especially in people like this. It should be longer than the minimum amount of time you should be quarantining for. And the title keeps going. This is the title, by the way. And top FA Doctors says if no solution is found, they can't restart. That's obvious. Don't know why you need a researcher to find that one out. Some girl just screamed next to neighbours. Anyway, so there's not really much else to say, really. It's just a bunch. I read it earlier today. It's just really utter waffle. I don't get why they're either bothering. Like, they just want someone to click on this so they can make money from the ads. That's the only reason they've made this. They don't really say anything. They just state the obvious. Like, if we don't find a solution, Serie will not resume. No shit. It's just things like that. Like, no shit. Obviously, if you don't find a solution, it won't resume. I don't get what people. It makes no sense. I'm going to move on. And like I said, short episode today. This one's about Barcelona. The fact that they're back at training ahead of a possible return of La Liga. So they're looking a bit better than... not France. Spain are looking a bit better than Italy are. Obviously, Italy got hit very bad early on in this corona. And Messi's gone back to training. Barcelona and the entire squad's gone back to training as a group, I believe, even. So yeah, it's looking good for Spain to return soon. I believe it's end of June or something they're planning to return. When is it? Barcelona can continue to work towards the process restart date next month. So there is a date next month. I have read this, as I said before. Read this one as well. I don't remember what the date was though. Apparently it doesn't give a date. Okay, I think it was something in June, I'm pretty sure, when they said they're planning to return the Liga. That's it for today. In the end, although I did more research than normal on this, it seemed like there wasn't really much to talk about. Like, everything was pretty obvious. I almost felt like I wasn't sure what I was talking about, especially with the Serie thing. The Serie thing is, I might cut out the video, who knows. Anyway, it's been JDS. Thanks, bye. See you next time. See ya.